My name is Sarah Connor. I have a fraternal twin sister, Miley. People often think that twins have the same thought patterns, preferences, and everything, but that's not the case with fraternal twins. Miley is selfish and free-spirited, while I'm a passive person who can't live my life as I please because I'm always considering others. Maybe Miley didn't like that about me because she was often mean to me since we were kids. Even so, I never held a grudge against her because we're sisters. But now, Miley has finally done something that really enraged me. She told me she's pregnant, even though she never had any desire to get married. That alone would be fine, but the problem is the father.
It's your husband's baby,
she said with a laugh. And her belly is already big, 7 months pregnant. No way. I'm also 7 months pregnant. Yes. I'm also carrying a child, my husband John's baby. We conceived this baby in our 2nd year of marriage. We haven't found out the gender yet. Since it's John's and my baby, I knew it would be adorable whether it's a boy or a girl. That's what I thought. But Miley was different.
It's a boy. Gotta have a successor, right?
However, John's family isn't some old traditional family, nor do they run a business. Of course, he's not the president of any company. We're just an ordinary family with a company employee. So, I thought it wouldn't matter if it's a boy or a girl. In other words, I was naive. When John's mother, Diana, heard that the mistress was pregnant, she said with a broad smile,
"It doesn't matter. You two are twins after all."
How could she say it doesn't matter? Even if we're twins, we're different people.
But a wife who can only have girls is useless.
Hearing this, Miley smiled triumphantly and said,
That's right.
If Mom says so, then it has to be a boy.
I'm his wife, though. I was so shocked that I couldn't speak, but my inner voice was screaming. Diana and John seemed to imply that since Miley's baby is a boy, our divorce was certain. Seeing them, I thought, if it has to be a boy, what if it's a girl? If it's a girl, these people won't care for the baby. If that happens, the baby will suffer. If that happens. Honestly, my marriage to John wasn't that happy. Every day was filled with anxiety. Just anxiety upon anxiety. That's because I started noticing another woman's presence around John shortly after we got married. And Miley often visited us. Even if I tried to ask if he was cheating, John would get furious and yell, "Can't you trust your husband?" I was surprised at how short-tempered he was. Being with someone like that created more anxiety. I've heard that cheaters often become kinder, but that wasn't the case with John. So, I thought it wasn't cheating, just his personality. But it was cheating. I was betrayed. Did he not care that he betrayed me? If so, staying with this man means I'll be living in a constant state of anxiety and suffering. As I was thinking that, John delivered the final blow.
If you don't know the gender of your baby, it could be a girl. In that case, it would be better for me to be with Miley, who's having a boy. So, it's a divorce.
Is that something to say with a smile? John said it with a smile. Even though I'm carrying his child, too. Smiling, beaming, laughing his heart out.
Come on, sign the divorce papers.
You sure came prepared.
Well, Miley's pregnant, and she's having a boy. There's nothing to worry about, right? It's better to settle this quickly. There's no point in dragging it out.
Fine, let's divorce. Reaching my limit, I took the pen and signed the divorce papers. As I signed, I wondered why it is necessary for both parties to sign the divorce papers. Of course, both parties' signatures are also required on the marriage license. While working together on a marriage is a start towards a bright future for both individuals, what is the collaborative effort aimed at when it comes to divorce?
All right, the divorce is final.
John looked delighted. He wanted the divorce that badly. If that were the case, he should have told me about his mistress sooner. Or told me he was deeply involved with Miley, and I would have let him go earlier. And wished him to rot in hell. By the way, since you cheated, I'm entitled to alimony.
Alimony? Yeah, I'll give you that. Send me the bill later. I'll be happy from now on, but you'll need money to raise the kid and work while taking care of the baby. It'll be tough for you, but don't put the kid up for adoption. Raise it yourself. After all, it's my seed.
Your seed, huh?
Yeah.
This child is your seed. It's a shame, but it's your seed.
What? Stop saying weird things.
I hope Miley's baby is really yours.
Of course it is.
Do you really know Miley?
Of course, I do. She's your twin sister. She's just like you.
Oh, twins, huh? Sure, but we're fraternal twins.
Fraternal or identical, twins are twins.
John and Diana both believed twins are the same. Idiots. Okay, I'll pack my things and leave. I can't take everything now, so I'll call movers later. The move won't be done right away.
Don't take anything I bought.
I'll take the baby stuff. We bought it for this baby. That's okay, right? Buy new things for your precious heir. You don't want second-hand stuff, do you?
Yeah, you're right. Miley's baby is the heir.
Leaving the three of them celebrating their heir, I returned to my parents' house. I think I held up pretty well until I left that house. I managed not to cry, even though I was so frustrated and hurt. But when I got home, I couldn't hold back anymore, and tears streamed down my face. My parents were worried and asked what happened. When I told them everything, they looked disappointed and said, "Miley again, huh?" However, thanks to Miley, when I returned to my parents' house, they didn't complain or pry too much. They comforted me, saying it was terrible that Miley slept with my husband and that I was the victim. 3 months later, I gave birth to a beautiful baby boy. I hadn't asked the doctor about the gender, and I thought it might be a girl, so I was surprised it was a boy. There's an old saying that if your belly is round, it's a girl, but it seems that superstition is just that, superstition. But whether it was a boy or a girl, it was my precious child. When my baby's tiny hand gripped my finger, I felt incredibly happy. Around the same time, Miley also gave birth at the same hospital. As expected, Miley had a boy. Miley sent me a photo of her baby, and it was more than I had imagined. A few days after I was discharged, John contacted me.
Hey, Sarah, did you give birth?
Oh, John. It's unusual for you.
Yeah.
I did. A 9-pound baby boy.
Yeah, we had a boy too.
Yeah.
I know. Miley sent me a picture. He looks healthy, which is good.
Yeah, he's healthy. He's chubby for a newborn.
Health is the most important thing.
Yeah, health is important, but...
John was hesitant to say something. Of course, he would be. He had every reason to be hesitant. So, I helped him out. He's a cute baby. He has an Eastern aura, right? Black hair and black eyes. I'm looking forward to seeing how he grows up. By the way, who does he look like? He doesn't look like either of them. Miley is purely American, and so is John. There's no foreign blood in either of them.
So you know that much.
Well, I saw the picture. It wasn't black and white.
Is your baby's hair black too?
Huh?
Ha!
No way. I'm purely American.
What color are his eyes?
They're a beautiful blue.
What about his hair?
It's blonde, of course. Your baby's black, right? It's nice to have a kid with an exotic Eastern vibe.
Why is it that the same seed produces such different results?
Maybe because you think it's the same seed?
What do you mean?
Exactly what I said.
No, seriously, what do you mean?
You seriously don't get it?
No, I don't. I thought it was a mutation.
Well, if that's what you want to think, go ahead.
No, you know something. Why did this happen?
All right, I'll tell you. Miley's the mother. It's no surprise a mixed-race baby came out.
Wait, does Miley have foreign blood?
No, she's purely American. If Miley were mixed race, I would be too.
Does that mean the baby isn't mine?
How else could you explain it?
So it's true. My mom said the same thing.
With black hair and black eyes, it's obvious, isn't it?
But when I asked Miley, she insisted it was my baby.
Miley's something else to be that confident.
But why? Miley wouldn't do something like that.
Why do you think that?
Well, you never cheated. You never had another man.
And?
You're her twin sister, so she should be the same.
I don't get your logic. I would never do such a thing. Unlike you.
If you wouldn't, then Miley wouldn't either, right?
How naive are you? We're talking about Miley. She could have been with another man while she was with you.
No way.
You really know nothing, huh?
What do you mean?
She's always been quite free-spirited. I believed love equaled marriage, but for her, love was just love. Love is something to enjoy. That's her mindset.
No way.
Just counting the ones I know of, she's been with 10 guys. Who knows how many I don't know about. After drinking, she even had one-night stands. She's very adventurous.
But you're the same. How could this be?
We're not the same.
But you're twins. Twins should be the same.
We're fraternal twins.
Fraternal or identical, twins are twins.
You really don't get it. Miley and I were very different even as kids. We played with different things. Miley dressed like a princess and loved fashion. I read books to my dolls. Miley loved clothes with lots of lace, while I wore t-shirts and jeans. Our tastes in food were completely different too.
Even though you're twins?
Yeah.
Even though we're twins. Miley had a boyfriend in middle school, but I didn't.
Maybe because Miley is prettier?
You don't think personality differences play a part?
Personality, huh?
I finally had a boyfriend in high school, but we never even held hands. Meanwhile, Miley had her first experience in middle school.
It's too soon.
While Miley became more and more free-spirited, I grew up more and more passive.
Why are you so different? It's weird, isn't it? Twins aren't supposed to be that different.
Just because we're twins doesn't mean we're the same.
Is that so?
And besides, you chose her over me, even though you had to cheat. Why be so upset?
But that baby isn't mine, right?
Miley was with someone else at the same time she was with you. If you accept it, it'll be easier. Maybe now you're the only one. It's just a possibility.
I can accept that she was with someone else at the same time.
It's funny to hear that from someone who did the same thing.
I never did that.
Weren't you with Miley while being married to me? Isn't that the same thing?
Bah.
See, you did the same thing.
But still, it doesn't feel like my child.
Legally, it's your child.
Hey, can you send me a picture of your baby?
Sure, he's super cute. John looked at the picture I sent.
He looks like me.
Isn't that obvious?
What?
You're the father, of course he looks like you.
Yeah, that's right. This is my child.
Yes, genetically. But legally, he's not.
Why not?
Because we weren't married when he was born. If you acknowledge him, he'll be legally yours, but I don't want that, so he's not legally yours.
If I acknowledge him, he's my child.
But acknowledging him means paying child support. Can you afford that on your salary?
Bah.
Being a parent costs money. So, this child will never be legally yours.
But he is my child.
Don't act high and mighty after you abandoned us.
Abandoned.
Yes, you abandoned us. You cheated on me with Miley, and just because she had a boy, you ditched us. You said a girl wasn't good enough. Even though we're just an ordinary family, you talked about needing an heir. It's laughable.
Don't say that. It's too much.
Hey, I was in much more pain back then. You told me to hurry up and sign the divorce papers. Compared to that pain, dealing with the child of the woman you chose is nothing.
Yeah, maybe. I didn't expect things to turn out like this.
Oh, poor you. But this is the result, so deal with it.
Why did I leave you? Why did I leave someone as honest as you?
Maybe because you weren't honest. An unfaithful person ended up with another unfaithful person, so it makes sense that an honest person like me got dumped.
Wow, I didn't know you could be so blunt.
I have no sympathy for someone I broke up with. John ended the call, regretting our breakup. But it's too late now. Serves him right. Feeling relieved after saying everything I wanted to, I threw myself into raising my child. With my parents' help, I battled through sleepless nights. Sometime later, John contacted me again. This time, his words were even more surprising.
Sarah, let's get remarried.
Who is this?
It's me, John.
Have you lost your mind?
No, I'm serious.
Remarry me? We're not even together. That's insane.
I mean it.
Let me ask you this. How can we remarry if you're already married?
I'll divorce Miley.
Is that even being discussed?
No, but I'm planning on it. If I wait until after the divorce to propose, it might be too late.
Too late? This isn't an illness.
But you're Miley's sister. You might get with someone else and remarry quickly. I need to stake my claim.
That's so rude. And why would I remarry you when we're not even together?
Then let's start dating.
That's like asking me to have an affair. Do you think I would?
You're Miley's sister, so you could.
How much do you want to insult me? I would never do that. Even if you divorce Miley, I'd never date you.
Why not? My mom says I should divorce Miley and remarry you.
You and Diana are so selfish and insulting.
It's not my fault. When Mom saw the picture of your baby, she said he had to be our grandchild. So she told me to divorce Miley and remarry you.
Think whatever you want, but I won't accept it. After that awful divorce, do you think I have feelings for you? I'm furious at Diana, too.
Even if you're angry, that child is mine.
Genetically, yes. But legally, he's not.
I don't care about legalities. He's my blood.
You abandoned your own child. I told you before, you did.
That's why we should remarry.
That will never happen. My parents wouldn't accept it either.
But think about it. I see a black-eyed child every day. Do you know how painful that is? I can't see Miley as my wife when she was with another man.
I understand. I feel the same. I can't see you as my husband after you were with another woman.
I love you.
At that moment, I heard Diana's voice in the background. She was instructing John to say he loves me. I see, Diana's coaching him. They think saying, I love you will win me over. How insulting. He can't even speak without his mom's help. How stupid can he be? I don't love you.
But I love you.
How much do you love me?
You're the only one in the world for me.
You're the only one in the world for me.
Wow, you can't even declare your love without Diana's instructions. I can hear her perfectly.
Oh,
If you really want to remarry, divorce Miley first. Divorce her, then ask me out. If we both feel the same, then we can talk about remarriage. If we don't, then that's it.
so if I divorce her, you'll remarry me?
Didn't you listen? Divorce her, ask me out, and if we feel the same. But it's 99.9% not going to happen. If you're serious about remarrying, look for someone else. It'll be more efficient. The first person you date will probably marry you and have your kids.
But your kid is my kid.
A child from another woman is also your child. Just marry an honest woman. It's not that hard.
Yeah, you're right. I don't need to focus on you.
Exactly. You'll find someone new in no time.
Yeah, you're right. Thank you.
With that, he hung up, sounding cheerful. From then on, he seemed to be trying to divorce Miley while looking for another woman. He'd call occasionally to update me on his progress with other women. But I wasn't just listening passively. I was feeding all this information back to Miley. Of course, if John had asked me to keep it quiet, I wouldn't have told. But he never asked. When Miley heard, she told me.
This is ridiculous. He's looking for another woman while I just had his baby. I won't let him divorce me. If I let him go, I'll be in trouble. I can't let him have fun while I stay faithful. No way.
Miley, furious, demanded I keep feeding her information and hung up. About 6 months later, John called again, this time desperate.
Sarah, please help me. I can't take this anymore.
What happened? I thought you had a new girlfriend.
It's not like that. Molly's getting stricter. She's cut my allowance to $3 a day. If she doesn't have change, I get nothing.
$3 a day? That's pocket money for kids.
Right. It's ridiculous.
I agree, and it's hilarious.
And she doesn't even make me lunch. I get a snack or, worse, just a slice of bread in a bag. No jam or anything. How can I eat that in front of my coworkers?
Well, you chose her.
Yeah, but it's too much. When Mom tries to step in, Miley insults her so badly. Now Mom doesn't even try to get involved in our conversations.
Even Diana?
Yeah, she can't win against Miley.
Wow.
Now Mom's asking if Miley is really your twin.
She is, though.
I told Miley we should divorce. Then she threatened to ask for alimony and child support. But the baby isn't mine, and it's Miley who cheated. I told her that, but she said it doesn't count because it happened before we got married.
Oh, I see.
It's not funny. I said I wouldn't pay child support because the kid isn't mine. But she said since the child was born after we got married, I have to support him.
That's true.
Why should I pay for a kid that isn't mine?
Legally, he is yours.
Whose side is the law on?
The weak.
Then isn't that me?
In general, it's on the politician's side.
So, it's not me.
Of course not. This is the result of cheating.
But I didn't cheat.
You did when we were married. That's the root cause.
Isn't $1,000 a month for child support too much?
I wouldn't know. That's between you two.
It's impossible. I told her it's impossible, but she said if it's impossible, then we shouldn't divorce.
I see. By the way, how's it going with the other women?
That's the worst part. Miley must have some sixth sense because she always finds out when I try to cheat. She storms into the other woman's place and yells at her. So, the woman always breaks up with me because she can't handle Miley.
So, you keep getting dumped.
Yeah. How does she always know?
Who knows?
You're her sister. Can't you do something?
You chose her. You should have known better before getting married.
Please help me. Seeing that kid every day is killing me. He's not mine, but I have to work to support him. It's unbearable. Mom keeps asking me when I'll divorce Miley. I'm losing my mind. Please, help me.
No.
Don't say that.
This is your own doing. You're just facing the consequences of cheating.
This is hell. Did I really do something that bad?
John kept repeating himself, and I let him ramble on the phone. He kept calling with the same complaints, but one day, he called with a different tone. What's with this tone? As I wondered, I heard a voice that sounded like it didn't know what to say.
Actually, Miley.
Did you get divorced?
No, she left.
Of course, she did. What about the kid?
Miley had another man. I don't know when it happened. She signed the divorce papers and left so we can get divorced. But she said if I don't give her alimony and child support, she'll leave the kid behind and go alone.
What a woman with no maternal instinct. Poor kid, but maybe better off than with Miley. Wow, that's tough.
Yeah, I woke up to find Miley gone and the kid still here. How am I supposed to raise him? It's not fair to the kid without a mother.
Why don't you try contacting Miley?
I did, but she's unreachable. Do you know where she might have gone?
No idea. She has a wide social circle.
Yeah, Mom's been yelling all morning about what a terrible woman Miley is.
Well, she's not wrong. But he's your child, and Diana's grandchild. You two should raise him together.
Mom said she doesn't want to raise a child at her age.
Unbelievable, Diana can't talk either.
Can you come back and help with the kid?
No way.
Please, help me.
No.
Why is everyone so cold?
A while later, even Diana left. She tried raising the baby with John at first, but ran away, saying she couldn't stand raising a foreign-looking child. So John was left to raise the child alone, but then he got hit with a huge bill. Turns out, before Miley left, she maxed out a card loan out of spite. Now, saddled with debt and a baby to care for, John couldn't focus on work and eventually got fired. With no other option, he turned to me for help, but I had no intention of assisting my ex-husband. In the end, John decided to put the child in a foster home. However, the boy's beautiful black eyes quickly found him a wealthy adoptive family. And he now lives a lavish, happy life. Meanwhile, John, having abandoned his child and chosen his selfish path, lost his job and wandered in search of a woman to save him, only to catch a strange disease. He now lives the last of his days fearing for his life. As for me, I live happily with my beloved child and my parents, enjoying every moment. I never knew a child could bring so much joy, and I'm relishing my happy days.